I noticed that you've written something that maybe 5 years would be the most critical. The first 5 years of retirement are the most critical for a portfolio. So I'm curious as to why that exact date. Is there a range around that, and why are those first 5 years the most critical?
Yeah. Like you said, with time-weighted returns, there is no sequence risk. It's just I'm investing a lump sum and watching it grow. But whenever there's cash flows, and so there is pre-retirement sequence risk. If I'm saving for retirement, market returns early in my career don't impact much. I haven't saved that much yet, but by that last year before I retire, that return is impacting all the contributions I made throughout my career at that point. So the market returns just before retirement are quite important. But then once I retire and switch to spending from my assets, that also further pushes up the importance of those early retirement years. And so it maybe like the 5 years before retirement and then the first 5 to 10 years after retirement are the most important years in terms of impacting the success of your financial plan over your lifetime. And that's the idea of the lifetime sequence of returns risk. I've estimated, for example, that if you had a 30-year retirement, and so the first 10 years, the kind of 1/3 of that retirement length, the market performance in those first 10 years will explain 80% of were you able to spend a lot or a little in that retirement? What happens later on hardly has an impact. It's really pushed in to matter with those just before and just after retirement.
It's the size of the portfolio at
Exactly.
that period that ultimately matters, right? Size does matter in this case.
Yeah, that's the portfolio size effect of it's. So when you're just starting your career, maybe you've saved $10,000 and the market drops 50%, you've lost $5,000. Later, as you get closer to retirement, if you're at $1 million and the market dropped 50%, you've lost $500,000 in 1 year, and it may have taken you 25 years to have accumulated that amount in the first place. So that's that portfolio size effect, where the absolute wealth exposure is much greater in those years around the retirement date when you generally will have the most assets of your career at that point.